Hey Cancer, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Cancer. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started.
Okay, so this person may secretly want to tell you that they need a little bit of space, that they need a little bit of time. This could even be kind of just the vibe in your connection right now. It could be that both of you need a little bit of time to reflect. This is kind of making me think of Four of Swords energy here, and maybe possibly Hermit energy. Kind of getting some Virgo vibes here, but just kind of the feeling that this person has a lot to think about. This could even be that this person wants to take some time to reflect and to think about things before they come forward with some of whatever it is that they want to communicate with you, which we will get into in the reading. It might be that they need some more time to consider it. They need some time to reflect on things. So let's see how that might tie into the rest of the reading. And we are going to begin with some of these animal spirit oracle cards. Figure out what this person's energy is like at the moment. Potentially some of what they want to communicate with you, but we might also just see where their head is at right now. So what does, we will start with that one. So here we go. We have mouse spirit. Yeah, this is already tying in because the mouse spirit card says tend to the small things, and this card here is about reflection, and that can be about kind of paying attention to some of those smaller details, taking the time out to think about some of the things that we could have been putting on the back burner for a little while. So I wonder if that has something to do with it. We also have cow spirit and lizard spirit. Okay. So interestingly enough, I feel like this person might be shy or timid when it comes to opening up about their feelings, which should make for an interesting reading because I feel like we're looking at the things that this person secretly wants to share with you. And I just think for someone who's embodying kind of this mouse spirit, somebody who might hold a lot in or who's a little bit timid when it comes to these things, there can be a lot that's not being shared, a lot that this person isn't opening up about. So I feel like this this kind of like shy energy goes deeper than just surface level like shyness or just being a little bit timid about communicating when it comes to emotional things. This is kind of the feeling that there's also a bit of a timid attitude when it comes to opening up about the details of their life and maybe everything that they're going through right now, everything that's going on in their life right now. I feel like this person, I feel like there's a lot going on in this person's life right now. And it's kind of like it's all coming in. It's all kind of hitting me pretty hard. There's a lot that this person isn't letting you know about. And of course, your situation will vary depending on what your relationship with this person is. This could be somebody that you are in a relationship with. You could be in a committed relationship with this person. If that's the case, I feel like this person might be struggling right now. They might be under a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. There might be a lot of things that they want to try to figure out. Maybe they've kind of lost their direction in life and they're not exactly sure where they're going. And this could be something that they aren't opening up and talking to you about. Now, if this is a newer connection, I feel like there's a lot going on in this person's life that you are completely unaware of. So this could be like family issues, family drama, maybe issues at work. If this person is a parent, this could be issues that they're having with their children or with their ex. They could just be in a place of being stressed and overwhelmed, because I get the feeling that they might be leaving a lot out when it comes to like how they're communicating with you. If the two of you are talking, they might try to keep the conversation more surface level. You might not have any indication that there's something bigger going on, Or maybe you kind of get the feeling, maybe they hint a little bit at it, but they don't fully open up and tell you about all of the things that they're going through. So I feel like this person might be going through a time of stress. And this could be a time when they have pulled away. They've pulled back to kind of reflect on what's happening in their life, what they want out of their life, which direction they want to go toward. They want to kind of attend to the details of their life, because I think there could have been a time when they weren't doing this so much. Like they might have been ignoring a lot of things. They might have been going along with situations that were making them unhappy. And now they want to take a little bit of time to ask themselves, is this really what I want? Or is this really the direction I want to go? But I do feel like this person is a little bit timid when it comes to opening up about this. If they want to make some sort of big change in their life, maybe they want to change their career, maybe they want to move, maybe they're getting out of a really difficult relationship for them, it just feels like they're not wanting to open up and share that they might be struggling with this, or that they might be confused with this. It's just like every little detail, they kind of want to hold that for themselves. This could be somebody who's very, very private. But I also kind of get a prideful feeling here. It could be that this person has a lot of pride and doesn't want to admit that they're feeling a little bit lost, or that they feel a little bit vulnerable talking about some of these things with you. It does feel like a lot of these issues hit them on an emotional level. So this could have something to do with a relationship that they are currently in or were in the past. This could even be referring to your relationship with them. But even if it's not about romantic relationships or any relationships at all, it's like this is hitting them on an emotional level. It might be hitting their ego a little bit. It could be making them a little bit emotional to think about changing something in their life, to think about walking away from something, think about taking a new direction. And I feel like this person wants to talk to you about all this stuff. They want to share with you all of those little details, but their pride might be getting in the way. There could be other issues depending on your circumstance why this person isn't sharing these details with you. I do think pride is a factor. It could literally come down to like, it's not appropriate to talk to you about these things. So we'll see what other messages come out. But it kind of depends on your relationship. Yeah, I'm getting some kind of message about talking to you about how they really feel about a situation is making them feel uneasy. So this might be something they haven't admitted to anyone. This could be an area of their life that they're not happy and they're not feeling satisfied, and they haven't really admitted this to anyone, but they do want to open up and talk to you about it. They feel comfortable with you, like they feel safe with you in that way, to even consider opening up to you about this stuff. I'm also getting the feeling that this person has a dream. They have a bigger vision, either for your relationship with them, or this could be about something else that's going on in their life, but it's almost like the vision that they have is intimidating to share. It could be that they've envisioned this big, grand life with you. They're making all these future plans in their head, and when it comes to discussing that picture that they have in their head, it's like they shrink down into this little mouse again. They almost get kind of swallowed up by their emotions. They might even feel a little bit silly for imagining a future with you. Maybe they worry that you'll think that they're moving too fast. So for some of you, if this is something that's new, I feel like this person will hold back some of the emotional feelings that they have for you simply because they feel almost like they might be getting ahead of themselves, or they might be putting the cart before the horse. Like they might think that these big emotional feelings that they have for you are or would be surprising to you in some way, or would shock you. And it's like they almost find it hard to open up on any level without sharing everything, and sharing these bigger feelings that they're having is very intimidating. It's kind of making me think, and this could be about literally about anything else that they have going on in their life. It doesn't have to be about this relationship, but it kind of makes me think about like, if someone has this big dream for their life, and maybe their life doesn't look that way right now, but it's like they have this dream of like having millions and billions of dollars and having like 26 fancy cars, and going on vacation every other day, and like things that would sound maybe outrageous to some people. And it's like, because their vision is so big, they might kind of hold that in, because they're like, people will laugh at me if I share that. They'll think, how can you possibly think that you're going to have that life when you're living like not at all like that right now? It kind of feels like that to me. Is like, they feel like if I share all of this with you, it will scare you away. It will intimidate you. It makes me feel kind of silly even saying all of this, because like, where is all this coming from? So for a lot of you, this really might be a newer connection, and they're feeling like they want to reflect on some of the things that are going on in their life, and like this huge vision that they have is very scary to share. Honestly, I really do think that this person has made plans concerning this connection, and they keep it to themselves. And it's like, if they could share with you their bigger vision, they would. If they felt comfortable sharing that with you, they would. It's coming across to me as like, they see you in every minute detail of their life. They've imagined several different scenarios with you. They've imagined spending time with you doing the simplest things all the way to the biggest, grandest things. So they've imagined just like a simple dinner at home with you, or maybe like a trip to the grocery store, and then they've imagined taking these big trips with you. It's like everything that they do, they imagine you there with them doing it, and they want to tell you this. They wish they could tell you that they're thinking about you all the time. They're imagining you participating in all of their daily life activities. So this kind of goes deep. For a few of you, this is a little bit weird, but for a few of you, you or this person may be from India or have Indian heritage. That's just coming through for some of you. I don't know what that's about. I feel like this person may want a very traditional bond with you, maybe a traditional relationship or traditional ceremony or something like that. And they, like, if they could open up about these things, they would actually tell you like the vision that they have for, this is either like a wedding ceremony or the way they envision your relationship going. It could be that they envision having a relationship that's a lot like a relationship that their parents have or their grandparents, and they kind of see you fitting into that role seamlessly. And they would share that with you if they had the courage to do it, or if they didn't think it would scare you away. It's interesting though, because at the same time, there's something very unconventional about the bond that they feel with you. Maybe the two of you are in some way not very traditional at all. Maybe you don't play traditional roles in your relationship, or maybe you met in a way that's different in some sort of non-traditional way. But it's like this person wants to tell you that even though this connection may break tradition in some way, or it could be that the two of you come from different backgrounds, your differences in personality or your differences in communication style may be wildly different, but it's like they want to tell you how much respect they have for you, like how much respect they have for your opinions and the way that you see the world. And they don't want those differences to get in the way. They want to tell you that they don't want these differences, this distance, or whatever's holding the two of you apart. Because I do feel like there's something that could potentially hold this connection apart, even if it's not doing that right now. It's like there's the potential, and they're saying like, I don't want these differences to matter. I don't want this distance to get in the way, whatever it might be. So that's really interesting vibes here, because I get something that's very traditional, like they see you fitting into their life in a very traditional way, but at the same time they don't see you as a very traditional person, or they don't see your connection as a very traditional connection. It's like they recognize that you guys have your own vibe going on, and you would totally have your own vibe going on, but there's something that they want. It could be a level of commitment that they want that they're viewing as very traditional. I feel like this person is focusing on what makes them feel content right now, and you're a major part of that. That's the reflection. I think that for a lot of you is where this reflection energy is coming from. They're kind of like looking at what actually makes me happy in life, and when they think about that, you come to mind. I think that's why you're playing such a central role in this dream that they have for their future. And this could be that you're literally showing up in this person's dreams. Yeah, I think for some of you, this person dreams about you really often and they wish they could tell you about it. Like they wish they could tell you that they're having these dreams, because when they wake up, they feel closest to you at that point. And I feel like they would share that with you. But again, they're kind of hesitant to share that with you because they're a little bit shy about these sorts of things, these emotional things. So let's move on to some tarot. There's actually a lot of messages from your oracle cards, so we'll see what else comes through. What does this person want to share with? Wow. Is there distance between you guys? I do feel that in this connection, that there might be distance. And whenever I get that feeling, it doesn't necessarily have to be physical distance, although often it is. And with this group in particular, I get the feeling that for a lot of you, you are from different cultures, different parts of the world, different heritage from this person. There's something different and unique about this situation. But this can also refer to emotional distance. So what do they secretly want to tell? We have the Sky Father. In this deck, this is the Emperor. So that's just crazy, because that's that tradition that I was picking up on. We have the Ace of Wands. What else do we have? What does this person secretly want to tell? Oh my goodness. Okay, it's kind of crazy because like the Six of Wands showed up in number 1's reading. Not in this stage of the reading, but a bit later. And I'm kind of running this through to figure out if this is the same energy as was coming through for pile 1, because the Six of Wands can talk about recognition. So this is kind of the feeling of like this person was immediately drawn to you, and they might not have told you this, but this is something that they would share with you now if they had the courage to. And I do kind of get that same vibe here, because with that mouse spirit energy, that feeling of being like really timid or not wanting to kind of scare you away with some of these bigger feelings and emotions that they have, it could be that this connection is very new, or that they felt these feelings very early on, and it's like they wish they could tell you that. They wish they could be like, do you realize that from the first second I saw you, I knew like this was it? Because it feels almost like that's crazy. It feels like they'd be coming on too strong. So it's like they don't want to admit that they felt something that first time that the two of you met, or they felt something simply from looking at your picture. Like they kind of knew. This is kind of reminding me of like, you know how sometimes people, like a married couple or something, they'll be like an older couple and they've been together forever, and one of them will say something like, let's say the husband or something says something like, I knew I was going to marry you the second I saw you. He says that to his partner. And it's like, it feels like that's really sweet, especially when people have been together for a long time. But I feel like your person is maybe hesitant to make claims like that right now because things feel unsure, or because it seems like that is really fast, or like that's a lot to say right now. But I feel like that's the truth. That's the truth. They knew that something very special was going to come of this from the second that they saw you. I want to take a peek at the bottom of the deck, and then we will get into the rest of the tarot, because that Sky Father is really calling me. So we have the Two of Wands here. The Two of Wands is about planning, making a decision. This can also refer to travel, and this can be planning when it comes to planning a trip, planning some sort of travel. So if there is distance between the two of you, if the two of you are from different countries, from different backgrounds, this can refer to maybe traveling to close that distance. This could even be that it's not really a physical distance, but there's differences, and they might want to close that gap. So that makes me think of somebody who's like maybe willing to convert to a different faith, or willing to adopt some of your traditions, or they want you to adopt some of their traditions. There are such interesting messages coming through for you guys. So I'm just wondering, like, what is going on? Like this seems like such an interesting match here. And it's like we were talking about, this person has a lot of respect for you. They have a lot of respect for the way you view things, the way maybe the way you have planned and envisioned to do things, your dream, and they want to tell you that they support you in those dreams. They want to help make those dreams come true. They want to realize these dreams together. So, wow. Okay, so we have this Emperor energy. And the Emperor can be about tradition. This can also be kind of a symbol of like a father figure. So this person could be a parent. They don't have to be a father, but they could be a mother. This is somebody who is a great leader. Somebody who takes care of business. Somebody who would like typically, I think, take charge and take care of business. They might be somebody who's at the top of their game in their career. They might be in a position of authority within their family structure or in their work environment. This is Aries energy here. What else do we have out here? We've got Cancer energy out here. And Pisces, Scorpio energy with this Queen of Cups. Yeah, I'm just looking at all of this because I think that this person has big dreams. And we were already talking about that with the lizard spirit here. And this Sky Father card really makes me think of somebody who is dreaming really big and who is like wanting to go after these dreams. So I think this person would share with you some of these big plans that they have. If they could, if they would, if circumstances weren't what they were, and I feel like it's because this person's a little bit intimidated and they're afraid that it will intimidate you. There's deep emotional feelings here, and there's also a new beginning on the horizon, and this is, with the Ace of Wands, a new passionate beginning. So there's a lot of physical attraction here. I think this person wants to tell you how physically attracted they are to you. I feel like they almost feel like they pale in comparison to you when it comes to like looks, because they just feel so drawn to you. So this is a connection that's hitting on a very emotional level and also on a very passionate level, which is a good thing. There's a lot more than just lust to back this up. There's a lot of emotion. Yeah, with this High Priestess energy, I just feel like this person is such a mystery. Like, I feel like they keep a lot to themselves, like we were talking about. They're keeping a lot of this to themselves. They're using this time to reflect. They're keeping a lot of their plans to themselves. But what they secretly want to tell you is about everything that they're planning. They secretly want to tell you about how their intuition and kind of like their gut led them to you. And they also might see you as somebody who's a little bit mysterious, and that could have to do with why you caught their attention right from the start, because that was coming through for you guys too. Oh yeah, we have the Tower under the Two of Wands. We were talking about the Two of Wands being about a decision this person has to make or a plan that they're making, and then we have the Tower right under that. Underneath that, we actually have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is about moving from like choppy waters, moving from an unpleasant or an uncertain type of scenario into something that's more calm. And we have the Tower here right between. So it feels like there might be plans that this person's making that are going to cause major upheaval in their life. That could be why they're keeping all of this kind of close and not sharing a lot of this, because I feel like they might be on the verge of making a decision that could change things in a major way for them. And they're not really sure if they want to make this choice yet. They're going into this reflective mode to figure out if they want to make this choice. Are they brave enough to make this choice? Are they going to go after this dream that they see? They've got big visions for the connection that they see with you. But I do think that something might need to change in their life for them to start this new beginning with you, that they feel like they need to take a bit of time to think about. And what I do see here is that this would be a great thing for them to share with you. I feel like for some of you, they didn't share their need to kind of like take a minute for themselves to reflect and figure out how they want to handle this situation. They might not have shared with you that that was their plan. They could have just sort of disappeared or gotten really quiet. And it's just interesting because that doesn't that's not really their energy. I do see them being timid when it comes to discussing certain things, but I also see them with this like take charge type of energy, with this Aries energy and the Emperor. We also have the Ace of Wands, so we're getting kind of Leo, Sagittarius vibes here as well with, and the Six of Wands. We have all this fire energy. I do feel like this is somebody that would typically take charge. They might feel now like they need a little bit more time to reflect. They may have even felt like they rushed into things in the past. They might have rushed and then gotten themselves stuck in a situation that they're not quite sure about. I feel like they're really sure about you. They're really sure about the role that they want you to play in their life. They're sure that you fit into their ultimate dream, and almost like you are their dream partner. You're like exactly, if they could construct the perfect person, it would be you. But there's like something that they need to reflect on before they can come forward with this energy. This is really interesting. Let's see what else we can get with these love story oracles. So what I've been doing is, what I did in reading 1, is we'll pull these cards and then I'm going to clarify them with another tarot deck so that we can like pull a little bit more of the meaning behind each of these cards out and how it applies to your situation specifically. So what would this person... Okay, we have spark. There's more of that fire energy, so that's interesting that that came out, because yeah, as I was looking at it, there's just wands energy all over this reading, even in the bottom of the deck. And also we have the Tower, which is Aries and Scorpio energy. So yeah, there's strong Aries energy present here, but a lot of fire energy, a lot of passion. I think this person, they feel so much passion towards you that it's almost intimidating. It's like, it's hard to share that whole vision with you because it seems almost overwhelming. That's that. I'm hearing immediate spark. So it's not just that there was a spark, it's that it was immediate. Some of you haven't even known this person for very long, I'm hearing. And if you have, it was like the second they saw you, they knew. But for some of you, you haven't known this person for very long, and there's a lot going on for them. Soul connection, exactly. Soul connection. They would let you know how connected they feel to you. They would let you know how special this bond already feels. We have self-worth. I'm going to clarify that. I'm going to clarify all of them, but I do feel like some of this reflection that they're doing could have to do with finding their own self-worth. They might need to change something in their life. They might need to leave a relationship, leave a situation in their life that's not really working for them anymore. And it does require them having kind of this sense of self-worth. These cards are running away from me. Let's clarify this spark card. Oh, wow. We have the Tower. And we have the Tower here as well. Something's changing in this person's life, and I feel like you shook something up for them. So a lot of what they would tell you, what they secretly want to tell you, is how much this spark that they felt with you kind of like threw them off their game. I feel like this was something that was unexpected. It might even trigger a lot for them to think about, to change. That's probably why they're in this reflective energy. Wow. It's like I was saying before, I feel like this person might not have told you that they needed a minute. For some of you, maybe they did, but it's like, I think they might have needed a little bit of time to figure out what all of this means for them. Like, figure out how to deal with these strong emotional feelings, and maybe kind of decide how to dissolve some of the connections or the commitments that they have going on in their life right now. Because it feels like this spark set off a bomb in this person's life. And I feel like this person might be kind of good at playing it cool. I feel like you can tell when something's bothering them. It's almost like you can feel it. But at the same time, it's like they're not that open about it. They're not that willing to discuss it or to give all of the details about it. But it's like this spark really set off something. It's like a domino effect. It's like it triggered something and it put them at a crossroads, at a place of a crossroads. And this is what they wish they could talk to you about. Like how conflicted they feel, how much they would have to change or readjust things in order to pursue this. But that's what they want with this Ace of Wands. Okay, let's clarify this soul connection. Oh my goodness, we have the World. For a lot of you, there is distance. The two of you are from different countries, different states, different whatever. You might live in like in the same area, but be from a different cultural background. This clarifying the soul connection card really says to me that this person secretly wants to tell you that they kind of felt like the two of you would find each other no matter what. Like no matter how much distance was between you, there was something connecting you the whole time. So it's almost this feeling of like, I would go to the ends of the earth to find you, like my soul was searching for you. This is also kind of a feeling of the distance between the two of you cannot matter. Like it can't compare to this soul connection that they feel. And I feel like we were kind of talking about that before. They don't want the differences or the distance to get in the way of the connection that they feel, of the soul connection that they feel. They haven't communicated that to you. They want to. They wish they could tell you that the distance doesn't matter to them, or those differences don't matter to them, or they really don't want them to matter. Let's clarify this self-worth card. Why is the self-worth card here? Wow. Okay. Page of Cups. I feel like this card might have come out in reverse. It was to the side, but I feel like it was wanting to come out in reverse. Okay. I can maybe try to interpret this a different way, because the card did come out sideways, but I feel like this was showing up in reverse. The Page of Cups in reverse can talk about a breakup. Yeah, I feel like this person is searching for a sense of self-worth after a difficult breakup. This could be a breakup with you. This could be with a different partner. This can also be a breakup that's on the horizon, a breakup that they feel kind of coming, or one they wish to initiate, something they're trying to get out of, because we have all this Tower energy. I feel like there's a lot going on in this person's life. A lot is reshuffling, restructuring, and they wish they could talk to you about all of those details. We have the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. The Four of Wands talks about home. So this could be a lot that's happening in their home life, a lot that's happening concerning friends, family members. If this person is a parent, this could be concerns that they have over how this breakup or how whatever is shuffling around in their life is going to affect their children. Oh, really interesting energy. I do feel like, and I was getting that right from the beginning, this person has a lot going on in their life, a lot shifting, a lot changing in their life at this time. And they want you to be that listening ear for them. They want to open up and tell you about it, but they are afraid to do it. Or it could just be that the two of you aren't in communication like that right now. But yeah, there's a lot changing. And if they could tell you about all of this, if they could tell you that they're in a period of reflection right now, I feel like they should tell you that, because it would answer a lot of questions. But if they could tell you, hey, I'm trying to just figure stuff out, there's a lot changing right now, they totally would. So yeah, I think that's all the messages I see for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you did enjoy this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit subscribe if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.